What is good, everyone? For this lesson, we are going to be going over news and bank holidays. So this is extremely important. You want to be knowing when news is dropping and when there is going to be like literally no price action happening and when the stock market has actually closed. So what I use for my news is forexfactory.com. So you'll go ahead and go to forexfactory.com. And then this is just where you can check out also bank holidays will tell you. So for example, tomorrow is going to be New Year's Day. So New Year's is going to be a bank holiday, right? We will not have any price action. The stock market will be completely closed. You cannot trade during these times. And you can check out just bank holidays, but like looking it up, it's just going to be like New Year's Day, Martin Luther King Day, President's Day, Good Friday, Memorial Day, Juneteenth, the day we got rid of slavery, Independence Day, Labor Day, Thanksgiving Day, Christmas, right? So again, the New York Stock Exchange is open from 9:30 to 4 p.m. and then it may close early sometimes. So there's times where Christmas Eve will have early closes, and yeah. But other than that, this is Forex Factory. So how you do this is I only pay attention to red folder high impact news. I do not care about orange folder, yellow folder. This is not going to affect me. I'll be in trades during orange folder news. But again, and then you want to click currencies, just USD. I do not care about, GBP, JPY. We don't care about Euro USD. We don't care about CAD. I'm not trading Forex. We are trading the NASDAQ and the S&P 500, New York Stock Exchange, right? So only focus on USD and red folder. So click all of this, and these are the filters that I use. Apply filter, and we will get the news for the whole entire week, right? So for example, last week, we didn't have news any day until Thursday. We had Thursday unemployment claims, which was high impact. And if we go back to Thursday, we probably had a pretty big move that happened on Thursday. And remember, there actually was that move. If we go back here, so you can see that this wick here was actually from a news candle. So this is called a data low, and will sometimes make a data high. So as you can see here, there's no news, no news, no news. We're just kind of chopping around, and then boom, right at 8:38 drop, we have unemployment claims drop, and we'll most likely create a news candle. And this is going to be a huge, huge magnet for price. So price action will oftentimes trade to this wick because it's in an imbalance in price. So this is a draw on liquidity. And this is like just a magnet price. So this is a data low. And if we have an abnormal wick to the upside, it's gonna be seen as a data high. Data lows and data highs are only created when there is news, right? So again, then we had Friday, we had 10 a.m. news. 10 a.m. didn't create, I don't think, like a data wick, but anyways. And then next week on Tuesday, we have PMI, 10 a.m. news. We have 8:15 news. We then have FOMC. So how I navigate news, it's very rare where I'll trade before news and then let price deliver, because oftentimes we'll have like a big candle, and I don't really want to be in trades when that candle is happening. I don't trade pre-market, right? So when we have times like 10 a.m. news, if the setup's like really A+, I'll sometimes trade 10 a.m. news and let price, like trade before 10 a.m. news, sorry, and let price deliver to the draw on liquidity or my target, right? Because news will do that, and it will just, but sometimes it will create like a fat wick, and then we'll trade away, and then we'll trade back to it, and it'll kind of be like a manipulation. So oftentimes I do just stay away from 10 a.m. news, and I'll wait to trade. I don't trade from 9:30 to 10 if there's 10 a.m. news, and I'll just trade after 10 o'clock, and I'll trade from 10 o'clock to then 11. And then if we have news during PM session, like if we have, I don't really care about FOMC meeting minutes, but if we have like FOMC at 2 p.m. or Jerome Powell speaking at 2 p.m., the market will often just chop and not have very good price action until that news during PM session is released, right? We went over time in the other video. But so when news is released, then at like 2 o'clock during that time, then I'll trade after that news is released, because I do not want to be trading before then, because it's just going to be really choppy and bad. But yeah, news brings a lot of volatility, so I like trading these news days. I do not trade like no news Mondays, just because it's like the first day of the week. Most likely have just like bad conditions in the market. And yeah, I'll trade Tuesday, I'll trade Wednesday. But I just don't trade. I like trading, the best days of the trading week are going to be like when you have that high impact news. High impact news brings volatility, it brings cleaner price action, and no news just brings slower price action. Why? Because the market is most likely just waiting for that high impact news to then deliver, or manipulate and then deliver. But yeah, these are the days that I'll usually be trading and putting on more size. So I'll either put on more risk during high impact news days versus when we have no news that day, I'll probably go lower risk and just work my way around the week based off of news. It's not like a huge factor, but again, I do not trade usually Mondays. I'll most likely paper trade Mondays or trade evals. Sometimes I will trade on my live account on Mondays if the price action's super clean. But yeah, very rare on no news Mondays. But yeah, that's pretty much that for this video. This is just this is just news. So make sure you look at this every single day or every single week coming into the week. Remember when we have news for the week, because you do not want to be trading. Let's say you're trading pre-market and it's like 8:15, and oh my God, we have unemployment claims coming out, and boom, you just get like fucking liquidated. Or you're trading PM session and it's 1:45 or it's 1:59 p.m. and you're in a trade, and then boom, FOMC drops and you just get freaking wrecked, right? So do not be trading during these times. Wait until this news is released, especially if you are a beginner trader. Wait until the news is released and then trade after that. Okay, so that's that, and I'll see you guys in the next video.